Excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're going to talk NXT. November 7th, 2023, Vic Joseph, Booker T on commentary. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait. I'll just save it till the end. Save it till the end. We started off with the NXT Heritage Cup. Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar. Noam Dar's got Metaphor outside. Akira Tozawa did not come alone as well. He has the Alpha Academy outside watching, cheering him on, trying to get him going. It was funny during this match, Tozawa, Noam got one, Tozawa got one, and Vic Joseph was like, he's a 17-time champion in here in WWE, and I was like, 17 times? I was like, wait, what? What did I miss? And then I was like, okay, and I went and back in the vault, started pulling out the thing. I was like, oh, yeah, he was the 24/7 champion 16 times, and he was the Cruiserweight champion 1 time. So they should bring back the Cruiserweight championship. I thought when they brought back the Cruiserweight championship, man, it had there's some bangers of matches they had, especially on was it 205 Live? The show was called. They had is it 205 Live or two? Yeah, it's 205 Live, right? There were so many shows. Now I've never seen NXT level up either. So, but I feel like the Cruiserweight Championship should get another run, in my opinion. And I think that's what the North American Championship became. That's like the Cruiserweight title, if you will. But this match was okay. Noam Dar retains his championship. And yeah, like I said, I just scratched my head big time when there's like 17-time WWE champion, and then I always forget about that 24/7 championship. And funny thing is, like, then they have Mick Foley, who's picking the qualifying matches for the who's going to Deadline December 9th. And I was like, oh, yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember when we're introducing a new championship and Mick Foley's going to show us this championship? And all of us were like, oh, is the hardcore championship back? And he pulls out this big, ugly green strap, big gold 24/7. Don't get me wrong. It gave us some entertainment. But I remember that day. I remember, like, I was thinking about, man, Mick Foley's going to be here. Mick Foley's going to announce something so great, right? He's going to bring out a new championship. What is the championship? It has to be something hardcore because it's Mick Foley. And no. Oh, sometimes the dark times in WWE. But, but Tozawa's a 17-time champion in the books of WWE. So, but Mick Foley picks two matches. The first one is Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton, and he put Tyler Bate versus Dijak. So they can qualify to go to Deadline. But next up we have Lyra Valkyria. She comes out. She's celebrating. She says, like, hey, whoever said don't meet your heroes never met Becky Lynch, but I beat Becky Lynch. And here comes Xia. Fucking Xia Li. Here we go. And she comes out. She wants to get the NXT championship. She wants to face Lyra and everything like that. So I was like, you know what? Bring it on. Bring it on. And I was wondering, too, I was like, how old is Xia Li? And then I looked at her, she was 35, and I was like, wow, she looks great. Because she's been around for a bit, but her and Lyra, I think, can tear it up. I think Xia and Lyra, that's a Deadline pay-per-view match. And she took out Becky Lynch, and now they have that connection between each other. So we'll see where that story develops. Ref walks out of Shawn Michaels' office, talks about the Von Wagner and Braun Breaker match. Has to be... You got to be cautious, man. Braun nearly killed Von Wagner with the steps. So, first up is the Iron Survivor qualifying match. The Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton. Man, I love this match. This was honestly my match of the night because Tiffany has grown on me so much that I ever since she faced Becky. And, had some bangers of matches. And now that I'm seeing, like, I'm understanding why Tiffany is Tiffany. And I'm understanding, like, I'm becoming a fan of Tiffany Stratton. Like, I'm really becoming a fan. And this match was awesome. There's a spot in this match that I had to write down that I love so much what she did to Fallon Henley. She just grabs her and just chucks her outside the ring and says, bam! Just dumped her ass right outside the ring. Oh, man, that got a nice little holy shit pop. But and then that prettiest moonsault, every time I see it and she hits it, man, I'm like, that person's out, and there was a great spot towards the end. You tease it once, bam, then you get her, then you take out Fallon's knee, then she gets the prettiest moonsault, and Tiffany Stratton wins. She is on her way to Deadline, and I would like to see her rise through the ranks and go get back that championship. So shout out to Tiffany. This match was fun, but watch the spot where she just jumps fucking Fallon outside the ring. That shit's great. Von Wagner versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker for the win. The best parts of this match was Mr. Stone tries to come in, hits Braun with the chair, and Braun's like, oh, hell no. And then, they get outside the ring. Boom, Von Wagner grabs Braun and then power bombs his ass. And this line right here from Vic Joseph, I don't give a damn about my candy, because he always has candy on the announce table and everything like that. But man, Braun got powerbombed. When he said that, I laughed so hard. Shout out to Vic Joseph for that one, man. He didn't give a damn what happened to the candy. As long as Von Wagner got his revenge and him and Mr. Stone can ride off into the sunset. Is this story over? I don't think so. Melo's backstage. That's what I'm really excited to talk about when we get to it. But Melo's backstage, and, he's like, he was brutally attacked. And the person interviewing was like, how did you know he was brutally attacked? He's like, hey, hold on. Everyone thinks I did it. Everyone's speaking in Trick Williams' ear and everything like that. But, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. We have Dragunov promo package, him and Baron Corbin at the end of Halloween Havoc last week. If you want to check out that review for night 2, Dragunov and Melo 3 was phenomenal. That match was great. And Dragunov talks about Baron Corbin. He's like, hey, the only person that can slay a dragon is the dragon. So we're going to see Baron Corbin and Dragunov, and I think that's going to happen at Deadline. Baron Corbin's watching on, and everyone's like, oh, man, that's crazy, huh? And he just looks at him. I think it was Hank and Tang. He's like, yeah, this is why you guys aren't going to be anybody, blah. And he walks off. I was like, what a bitch. Kalani Jordan, Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice, Elektra Lopez. Jordan and Perez for the win. Potential tag team? We'll see. Otis versus Drew Gulak, or Goulash as I like to call him, Otis for the win. And now we're up to the next match, Iron Survivor qualifying match. Tyler Bate versus Dijak. Talk about hard-hitting. I've been following Dijak for a long time, all the way back to the Ring of Honor days, and I feel like when he got signed to WWE, and Tyler Bate too. Tyler Bate is fucking great, but Dijak is one of those guys that I followed for a very long time, and when he got into WWE, I got so excited. Then when they got on the main roster, they tried to do the stupid, Mustafa Ali was at his group or whatever. Then they did the mask thing, and I don't know. And then when he came back here, this Dijak character is cool, but I think we can get more out of Dijak, in this Sin City character he's trying to do. But he wins, and he's on his way to Deadline. And this was a good match though. This match and the Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton are my matches of the night. Next up, we have Trick rolling up. It's going to be him. Carmelo's out there, calls out Trick Williams. And, man, this segment was, a little bit longer than it should have been. Trick repeated himself a few times. I'm here for the drama, though. I'm here for the drama. But there was a moment in this that I was like, oh, because Trick goes, let's address it. Let's talk about it. I got to ask this question. And everyone's like, yeah, fucking ask him. Did he attack you? And Melo's like, oh, no, you want me? I've been there for you. He kept diverging. He kept moving the question here and there. And then when he finally gets, he's like, oh, you want to know? You want to know if I did it? You want to know the truth? And Trick's like, yeah, here comes Lexis King. And I'm like, interesting. More questions on the mind. So Lexis King comes out and Trick's like, this is grown folk business. You better get out of here. And I'm like, where does Lexis fall into all of this? And, he's playing devil's advocate here. He's like, oh, yeah, he probably did attack you. He didn't want to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And Trick gets so pissed off. He's about to hit Lexis. Lexis ducks just quick enough to where Trick hits Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes goes down. And then Lexus is like, whoopsie, you know, and when Trick gives his hand out the first time to Carmelo, he hits it away. Then he's like, oh, come on, dude, you know, and I like what he said. He's like, yo, I've been there for you, Trick Mello gang, man. We've been doing the damn thing, and I just want you in my corner. Like, I've been in your corner for so long. You're like, so he had some good points to why he wants to shine on his own. And I like Trick Williams. And Carmelo mentioned, like, hey, the NFL thing failed and you came here and I could tell you were going to be a big star, you know, like what John Cena told you. I told you that, you know, the brotherhood between these two slowly crumbling, because when he finally gets Carmelo to take his hand and pull him up, and you know, he then, like, Carmelo's like has that look, and that when I saw that look on, like, when Trick is hugging Carmelo, and that look, that anger, that face, and everything like that, I was like, that motherfucker did it. He did it. He done it. He's guilty, officer. Guilty. Throw the goddamn book. Look at that face. And that's the way we end the show. And I'm like, oh. NXT has become must-see. And they also announced NXT is going to be moving to the CW in 2024. Deadline December 9th is going. And I remember when I started this NXT journey, man, it was like, it was right before Stand and Deliver, and it's funny how this show has just evolved into must-see. And when, like I said, when I saw Carmelo's face and that little scrunch of his nose, and I was like, he did it. He did it. He did it. I give this show a solid 4 out of 5. My match of the night was Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton. Second to that was Tyler Bate versus Dijak in these Iron Survivor qualifying matches. But overall, fun show, great show. Xia Li, Lyra, we're going to see what happens there. But, yeah, that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet NWP logo shirt. And I've seen the numbers rise a little bit. It's surprising me. Thank you so much for everyone that's listening. Thank you, everyone that's liking and subscribing and commenting and all this and that. Let's talk pro wrestling here at a Paper Saber Universe, and more Sexy Ninja Cast on the way. I just been so swamped with New World Podcast stuff, but Sexy Ninja Cast on the way. There's a few other projects that I got that I have lined up, and you know, I want to do some more Q&As and stuff like that, and more exclusive stuff like playing on WWE 2K, you know, and everything like that. So there's more stuff on the way. It's just a matter of time, brother. Time. So, but thank you though. The NWP is going to be on for life, and everyone's been really digging it. And like I said, I saw the big surge in numbers, and I was like, oh shit. You know, not from the YouTube channel. Like, the YouTube channel is doing fine. If you want to go there, there's really a lot of cool stuff in the vault that we've done. I just dropped the Social Vent short film movie, if you will. It's a combination of a show we did talking about the origin of how that podcast arose, and those episodes are there. Anything is on my YouTube channel, a Paper Saber Universe. It's a big universe full of things, full of delights. You can just check the playlist. I even got music there. I'm still working on some music, so a lot of stuff. And the New World Podcast, if you're just here for this, that's cool as well. But seeing on the other side of everyone streaming from Apple to Spotify and everything like that, and downloading and subscribing and all that, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. I am KB the Sexy Ninja. I get too excited. I just am overwhelmed with the love that I'm getting. Like, it's awesome, purely awesome. And now, remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
I just want to do my own thing. I want to have my moments. I want to have my main events. You had your main events. Why can't you see that I want to have mine too?